Sorry about that. I guess I'm running low on space. Okay, so I left off with, we were talking about Jesus saying that he came here not to destroy men's lives, but to save them. Okay, so the other thing in chapter 9 was the cost of discipleship. And he says, his disciple says, or somebody says to Jesus, "Lord, I will follow you wherever you go." And Jesus said to him, "Foxes have holes, birds of the air have nests, and the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head." Then he said to another, "Follow me." But he said, "Lord, first let me go bury my father." And Jesus said, "Let the dead bury their own dead, but you go and preach the kingdom of God." And then another also said, "Lord, I will follow you, but let me first go home and bid my family farewell at my house." And but Jesus said to him, "No one, having put his hand to the plow and looking back, is fit for the kingdom of God." Wow. So, you know, he must have been talking to a group of people, and people were saying, "Well, Lord, we want to follow you. We'll follow you wherever you go." And but he must have sensed something or knew that they weren't fully committed into it, you know, because one is saying, one is saying, "Well, I have to bury my father first," and Jesus said, "No, that's not what's important. You know, you gotta preach to the living. You know, don't look back on the dead, but preach to the living. Try to save those that are living." And then to another who's saying they needed to go home to bid their family or whoever at their household farewell. But Jesus said, "No, you can't turn back. You can't look back." Probably knowing if he would have gone back, he would have not come anyway. You know, so it's funny how Jesus knows us. He knows our hearts. He knows our next steps. Like, it seemed like he already knew. These people who are questioning him, posing these questions to him, he almost instinctively knew what's in their heart and their true commitment. And, you know, it's interesting, he's saying, well, you know, the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. He has no true home here on this earth, you know, because he's the Son of Man, and his home is, of course, in heaven. Then he turns around and says, "Hey, I don't have a place to lay my head. I don't have a home, but, you know, hey, come follow me." So it's kind of like, I thought that was kind of funny. Hey, but follow me anyway, you know, because what he's doing is the greater thing, you know, is the most important thing. Is he came here to save us, and he came here to make a pathway for us, not only a life here, but a pathway of salvation. And the most important thing, that anybody that follows him, they have to make it their number one important thing. Their number one priority is to tell people the truth, so they can be saved, so they can have a good life, you know.